Conform to the environment you want?
I'm going to create the environment that I want. So I'm going to find the right people that I can be around that's going to help mold me, shape me, help me. We're going to talk about that. Oh, wait, get your, let's go ahead and grab this right here. We're going to go ahead and better yet, we got something we got to do before we get started. But we can start talking about it a little bit. Now, we're going to talk about today is developing a social support system, right? If you look on the first page, there's a list of things, and it says right here, think it through. What do I need from a social support system now? Right? What do I need? See, these are the questions that we do not ask ourselves, do we? We tend to just make friends. I don't make friends with people. For real, I just don't. I'm not out just trying to be buddy-buddy and chummy-chummy and, all that stuff with everybody. I just don't. And it's not that I'm trying to be antisocial. It's not that I'm trying to be standoffish. But I understand that whoever I put myself around, they're going to play a great role in what I become. I'm being real. Let's just be straight up. That's why a lot of women, they don't like their man running around with somebody that don't have a woman. Yeah. You know why?
They're going to start acting like a single man.
They're going to start acting like a single man sooner or later. If they have no coup, if they have no, you know what I'm saying? If they don't have any discipline, because that's really what it is, right? So if a woman got a man at home and he's jumping from this to that, and he can't stay straight on this, he can't make that work, he can't build this or do that, that tells you that he lacks discipline. And if a man lacks discipline, if he puts himself in an environment or a shaky environment, what's going to happen? He's going to be shaky with the environment. You hang in a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Or you guys the beauty salon. You're going to walk out and talk about, girl, what you think? They're going to be permed you up in there. You know what I'm saying? Shade you off or shade this down. You know you ladies doing it nowadays, but that's the deal though. So what we typically do not ask or we do not do is we do not create the environment that we want. What type of environment do you want around you? Right? So with that being said, we are going to, you ready to go ahead and get this out of the way?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
It's been a few weeks. So we've been having financial literacy workshops, and we kind of seen as who participated and who also entered into the raffle draw. So Matilda had won a refurbished desktop computer. And congratulations, Matilda. And as promised, we did tell you about a printer that will be given to you so that you have a complete set of a computer system. So we just want to hand over a new Canon.
What's my name ever put in the raffle?
Well, all the names are there. Yeah, I think, did you participate in it was the
people that started from the beginning. It was at the financial literacy.
But even if you participated in the last one, that's when we had the raffle. So, Elvira, you want to come forward? And
get on this man,
and claim your pride.
Yeah, so the beauty of this thing is that it's a 3-in-1. So it prints, copies, and scans at the same time. So you can stand with Anthony or
I love to stand with
pictures.
So they can put it on the wall.
I taught you well, girl.
And let me take another one.
Lord have mercy.
Right.
Noel.
They're gonna put it in a homemade picture frame.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations. All right.
At Walmart.
Good job.
I seen one today like that at Walmart.
Okay, now that we have 4 people, this is going to be great. Smaller group than normal, but we'll pep it up. But anyway, with this particular assignment, there's three parts. There's going to be an individual part that you're going to do in the beginning, and on page 2, there's going to be a group part where you guys are going to buddy up and ask each other these 3 questions right here. We're going to go over it again, and then you're going to write down your answers. and then we're going to talk about family, and we're going to map some things out. Once again, this lesson is about developing a social support system, right? It's about us identifying who do we have contact with in our family, our friends, maybe someone living here that could be that point of encouragement to you, or that person that you just stay the heck away from. You get me? So once again, it's all about creating that environment that you want, because that's very, very important, especially in situations like, like we're coming from right now, because you're at a point right now where you're developing, you're getting better, and the last thing, in my opinion, you need to be around is anybody that's going to jeopardize that. You get me? Anybody that's going to be chipping away at you and taking shots at you for no reason. Remember when I said earlier, I said that there's casualties to war? And when you're developing yourself, you may even have to cut off your own mom. I said that because the thing is that if you're developing yourself and every time you call your mother or you talk to these people, you walk away feeling some kind of way and it's negative, that's all the indication that you know, that you need to make some adjustments. I'm not trying to say to stay away from your family forever or anything like that. I would never tell you that. But at this point, things are kind of fragile. You get me? They talk about vision killers in life. You ever heard the term vision killers? See, those are the people that you don't tell what you're doing to. Because if you tell them what you're doing, the first thing they're going to find is some reason to tell you not to do it. Oh, I tried that. It doesn't work for me. And girl, you tried. You know what I'm saying? They come at you with that negativity. And even with these people, even when they try to be positive, you can tell it's not genuine. It's fake, right?
The thing is, you buy a car, I would have got that in another color. Or,
exactly.
You say the car nice. Or,
exactly. All you want is your one wow, because that's all you're going to get from your car. When you rip up, wow, that's nice, right? That's all you're going to get. All I want is my one wow from you, and I can't get that because you're too busy trying to tell me what you would have done or what I shouldn't have done and all this stuff. Do you get me? So, today it's all about finding and identifying those people that's actually going to be there. And those people that, as I was saying, those people that should be in the front row of your life and those people that should be in the balcony seat. You get me? Always remember that your friends, your family, your acquaintances will determine your income. They will determine your lifestyle. They will determine how you feel about yourself in most cases. But,
so we supposed to check what we think we need from this list.
Exactly.
Support system.
Exactly. So on the first page, it's going to read down. You're going to check what you feel that you need.
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah. Right about that. And I have that.
Someone to discuss personal problems with. Someone to spend time with. Someone to do things with. Shopping, movies, walks, sports, events, things of that nature. Someone to help with tasks, gardening, fixing stuff. Something is broken. Someone that can cheer me up when I am down. Someone that reminds me that I am worthwhile and is on my side. Someone that gives me important feedback. The truth, basically. Someone that teach me how to do things. Someone to work out with. Someone to provide comfort when I am scared, lonely, or tired. Someone that I can share my feelings with. Because remember, you can't share your feelings and everything with everybody. You see, me personally, I can do that because if they ran off and told somebody, I'm at that point in my development that I don't care what other people think. See, a lot of people aren't there yet. That comes with growth and development, you see. So, always be careful with that. Someone who helps me achieve the next great thing in my life. Someone who helped me find things I need. Someone who can serve as an accountability partner. Someone who will tell me when my thinking is becoming negative. That person to stop you from falling off the cliff. Someone that called me on my dishonesty. Someone that helped me identify my motives. How important is that? I had a buddy of mine call me up, really mad, because he is a child support situation. I know several men, and I want to actually bring this up in the group, because I know several men that I know that really desire to be a father to their children, and the females are treacherous, man.
Maybe they can't be treacherous. Maybe they just getting back what they dished out.
Well, here's the thing. The men that I know work, They do everything in their power to pick up their kids and spend time with them. They provide for them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of what is going on is between them and the guy relationship.
They don't want to be with him. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You started.
My little girl father do that, and we be butting heads all the time because he's an asshole. It's because he's an asshole. And at the end of the day, when you get he's a narcissist too. So when you get tired of people and you get tired of butting heads and you get tired of doing things their way because they're control freaks, then you gotta give them a taste of their medicine.
Well, I mean, that's true. I think the only issue actually comes in even with that is that there's children involved.
And it's children involved, but it's children involved when you're doing this, when you're doing what you're doing, and you're trying to have a meeting of the minds.
True.
So that's kind of where I'm at now.
True.
You know what I mean?
I find that even in that, and I totally understand where you're coming from. These gentlemen that I'm talking about, I don't know of any of that happening with them. But even in that, I think that there should be common ground that's found. Sometimes in life, we got to get to a point where we say, well, hey, you know what? Me and you, if it ain't about the baby, then we don't have no conversation. You get what I'm saying? We hide and by. We're going to be cordial, but we're going to parent. We're going to co-parent. So you meet me at the Winn-Dixie or Safeway or whatever.
Winn-Dixie,
I got a court order, and it tells him what he's supposed to do, when he's supposed to pick her up. Do you think he complied? No.
That's a totally different.
So every time there's, so I'll bend, you know what I mean, for him. But when it comes for him just to, you know, could you come pick her up a little early or this or that? No. But he wants to have me wait, and, you know what I mean, and go through all this. So he takes me to court. I don't want the white man in my business. So now it's like, because it's a court order. It's a court order. If I didn't have, it took me 4 years to put him on child support to see what his pattern was going to be before I did it. Once I got that pattern, once I saw, okay, this is what you're not going to do, then it was like, oh, well, why do you want the white man in our business and this and that? Now he wants to try to, but it's too late because I gave you 4 years. You know what I mean? So now, in order for me to get things done, I have to go to court. So I have to go back and forth to court now because we're not supposed to talk on the phone. All we're supposed to do is text, and we have 24 hours to respond.
So you guys even have
most definitely.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. In that particular situation, I understand. You're right. There are some extenuating circumstances that actually surround a lot of this stuff. But the gentlemen that I'm talking about, I'm not trying to say they're the best guys in the world, but I've seen them with their children. You get me? And for someone to say that you can't see your kids today just out of spite, I mean, that's wrong on every angle. But now I'm not talking about you're right. But the thing is that even when you get the courts involved, it tends not to. In some cases.
It's like my oldest, her daughter, her daddy don't, he not the dad, like he don't spend time with her, but he take care of her financially. I hate that, because I want her to be with him. As a father and daughter, but you know, we just send money and he.
How old is she?
17.
Has she ever sat down and told her how she feel? She should do it.
Yeah.
She should do it. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we want to spare people feelings, right? We want to, I don't want to talk about it, but the thing is this: if someone's doing something to me, right? If I tolerate it, then I'm just as responsible for the pain that I feel as the person is giving me the pain. Does that make sense?
That's true.
That's why it's important for us to speak up. If somebody do something, hey man, look, you rubbed me the wrong way. I'm just being 100. You rubbed me the wrong way. When you did this, and this, it rubbed me the wrong way. Now, if you say that to them and immediately they come back at you crazy, with anger, that tells you everything you need to know. That's why they're acting the way they're acting, right? So, we was talking earlier about when you're talking and having a conversation with somebody and immediately they deflect, well, you did this and you did that, that has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation you're having. That's deflection. And if they immediately deflect and try to put it back on you, that conversation is really already ended because they don't want to hear what you got to say. You see what I'm saying? Some people, it's just going to take some time. But all I got to say, all I mean by that is that when you address it, at least you're getting it off you and you're giving it back to them. Because in my opinion, if you don't address it, right, then we're going to walk around wishing that we did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna tell her that too.
Yeah, I think that she should sit him down and have a conversation with him and tell him, Dad, this is the way you make me feel. And tell him about all her other girlfriends and everybody else that got a daddy that's there for them and do for them and all this other stuff. And I'm looking around for my father. It's going to be a painful conversation to have, but he needs to know the truth. Because see, we can only move from a position of truth. Because see, a lot of us have been programmed to believe it. Just because we spend money, that's parenting. Mm-hmm. No.
That's what he thinks. Yeah.
That's providing for a child. That is not raising a child. There's a difference, right? So when I grew up, my parents, they provided for us. But I never really spent a lot of time with my father. I'm just being 100 right now. And he may say, well, I worked a lot or whatever, but the only time we seen my dad was on Mondays when he was off. So we would spend a little time together on Mondays, but other than that, you know, we didn't spend a whole lot of time together. So when I became a father, after I got my act right, like I told y'all, you know, it was all about being there for my kids. And I made a conscious decision that I was going to sacrifice a personal relationship in the streets to be there for my family, because I knew that a time was going to come where my career, my development was going to take me outside of the house. And this is important for you guys to hear, right? So I knew that there was going to come a time where I wasn't going to be at home as much. So what I decided to do was I'm going to spend time right now getting my house in order, teaching my children how to act, how to behave, so that when I'm gone, the likelihood that they'll fall in line and do what it is they're supposed to do is more likely than if I didn't do that. Does that make sense? And what happens wrong to a lot of people is that they don't put any time or invest it into their house and developing their house, right? And then they get this big thing and they want to leave. But the moment they leave, what happened? They say when the cat away, the mice will do what? They will play, they act up, right? I'm not trying to say my kids were the best kids in the world or whatnot, or anything like that. But a lot of people, and it's just the God honest truth, a lot of people always tell my wife and I how well-mannered they are. Your kids is like, man, I didn't even know they was in the room. Yeah, because you know I'm going to get on that helmet. Yeah. I want to be 100. I'm a Southern boy. I don't play that stuff. I wish you would go jumping around and tearing up. Man, we going to have a serious problem. I mean a serious problem. And it ain't going to be no, you see them? They already know. They know what's up. And here's the thing. Respect me like I respect you. That's all I'm asking. That's all I ask for my kids. That's all I ask. You know, but I knew it was going to come a time, so I made the conscious decision to do that. It's like you said, you're going to the games. That is a conscious decision that you're making to bond with them, to spend time with them. And if you're in a situation where daddy isn't in the picture, that means they need even more care right now. They don't need to be left alone. See, sometimes we think that we can put them on a device and just because they're in a corner, you know, they're fine.
That's what they do,
yeah, but that's what we do nowadays, right? But what type of households are we raising? Didn't mean for this to go to parenting, but what type of households are we raising when we lead them to their own devices, right? We heard that before. What are they watching?
It's like a lot of people, like you say you want to go do something with your kids, they don't want to do it, but like, I came here and I see how she like to do stuff with her. I'm like, we'll go with her, we can take the kids to do stuff. I'm don't like to do stuff with their kids. They'll go to the club, you want to go do that, you know, but
ladies, they go on ladies' night out. As a matter of fact, they know them. They know them in the club. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're club celebrity. You feel what I'm saying? But you're right. But when it comes to being there for the kids, they're not there for the kids, right? But here's the interesting part. What typically happens after the club days are over?
They want to spend time with their kids.
Say it again.
They want to spend time with their kids.
All of a sudden now they want to be mama because they lonely, right? All that club fame that they was getting is gone, right? No more club fame anymore. So now they got to feel that time, right? Now they want to spend time with them. But here's the deal, though.
And the kids of an age where they ain't even wanting to be about
They're trying to be around their own age group.
Exactly. And not only do they want to be around their own age group, they don't even want to be bothered with the whole let's get to know one another thing right now. Because when they were trying to do that, what happened? Push them away. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of us, when we do not understand these things, we continue that same old cycle. In any group, in any parent that does not have a good relationship with their children, what type of life do they normally have? Miserable.
Well, yeah.
Miserable. My sister-in-law, and I probably shouldn't say this on tape.
It's your you can narrate it.
Yeah. Miserable life. miserable life. And every time she started drinking, it all comes out every single time. And it's to a point where everybody's like, you can't drink around us no more. If you gonna drink, don't even come around no more. And it's sad when it get like that. It's sad when there's so much pain on the inside that it start to bubble over to people don't even want to be